What if I told you that you have the power to kickstart a police investigation, even if you're not the victim of a crime? Well, you do. In this explainer, we're going to dive into a brand new law that gives you exactly that power, the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023. And trust me, understanding this is something every single one of us should know.
You know that feeling, right? You see something happen and you just think, wow, someone really ought to do something about that. Maybe you felt kind of powerless or you just weren't sure what you could even do. Well, the truth is, this new law gives you a very specific, very powerful role to play. So let's break down exactly what that is.
And that's exactly where the BNSS 2023 comes in. It just slashes right through all that uncertainty. It lays out a clear, direct path for any citizen to report a serious crime. So it takes what might be a confusing, messy situation and turns it into a formal process, one that actually helps protect all of our communities. Okay, so let's get right to the most basic question here. Who can actually file what's called a First Information Report, or an FIR? The answer in this new law is, well, it's surprisingly simple. And honestly, it might just change how you see your role as a citizen. That's it. Any person, two simple words. It's not just for the victim, or their family, or even someone who saw it happen with their own eyes. This tiny little phrase, it represents a huge shift. It's all about making the justice system more accessible to everybody. This is basically the key that unlocks the whole process.
And look, this isn't just some vague idea or a suggestion. It's written right there directly into the law. The text says, any person who has information. Now just think about what that really means for a second. You don't have to have been there. You don't have to have seen the crime happen. If you have credible information, you have the legal right, to file a report.
Okay, but you probably caught that key phrase in there, cognizable offense. I know. It sounds like a bunch of legal jargon, but it's a really, really important distinction. So let's break down exactly what that means in plain English. All right, here's the bottom line. A cognizable offense is a crime that's serious enough for the police to act on immediately, like right now. They can start investigating, and they can even make an arrest without having to wait around for a court warrant. We're talking about the more serious stuff here, not minor things.
And that's the whole point. This power for immediate action is what makes an offense cognizable. So when you report a crime like this, you're not just, filing a complaint that sits in a pile somewhere. No, you are literally triggering a process that's built for a fast response from the police.
All right, so now you know you can file an FIR for a serious crime. But what happens when you actually walk into the police station? This next part is super important because it's not just about what you can do, it's about what the police are legally required to do for you.
And this is so vital to understand. What happens next is not up to the mood or the discretion of the officer on duty. The BNSS 2023 lays out very specific mandatory steps that the police must follow when you report a cognizable offense. These are your rights, and they are guaranteed by the law. Here they are. 4 clear, non-negotiable steps, okay? Step 1, they have to record the information you give them. Step 2, they have to read it back to you just to make sure it's accurate. Step 3, you sign it to confirm, yep, that's my statement. And finally, step 4, this is the one that makes sure your report is officially on the books. They must, and I mean must, give you a copy completely free of charge. This is your proof. It's the receipt that shows your report has been officially filed. This piece of paper is incredibly important because it's the official starting gun for the police investigation. Whatever you do, never leave the station without it.
Phew. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. So let's just boil it all down to the key takeaways, shall we? These are the absolute essential points, the rights you can basically carry in your back pocket, just in case you ever need them. So let's do a quick recap. Number 1, anyone with information can file an FIR for a serious crime. Number 2, it has to be for a cognizable offense, which just means a serious crime where police can act right away. Number 3, the police have 4 clear duties they absolutely have to follow. Record it, read it back, get your signature. And number 4, you must be given a free copy of the FIR. Knowing these rights, folks, that's your power. So, I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. Now that you have this knowledge, you're not just a bystander anymore, are you? You're an active participant in keeping your community safe. So the real question is, how can all of us use this new power to help build a safer community for everyone?